Hello YouTube, welcome back to my silly survival world. Today we are going to be working a little more on the commercial district down here. I have so much spawn proofing I did quite some while ago around the cakery, but we do need to extend it out a little further. I want to build more shops in the future. We need to get the rail connected up, since right now it just kind of stops dead right there. You're in the way, fella. It just stops dead right there. I don't know entirely what I want to do, if I want to continue running through. Probably do, because I could put a station right here. So yeah, lots of future plans that we'll need to prepare for. But I think the most important aspect here is that we actually need some roadways. And I think there's an immediate important decision to be made here. Maybe the first decision I should make is sleeping the night. Now, there is a couple different ways that we could handle pathways around this place. I was thinking stone paths, but that probably won't really work since we do have these big strips of stone going throughout the landscape here. If I zoom out, you can see, well, the patterns aren't consistent up here, but you can see them more consistently down here if I don't get close enough to start unloading the LODs here. You can see this stone kind of snakes around. So it doesn't really work for us to put stone paths in an area like this. We could maybe do wood. Would a wooden path look okay? Over here I have a little bit of spruce. Over here we have an oak platform. So we'd need to hook these up. I think a wooden platform could be really cool, but I want to take a look at a few different ideas first. So I'm considering a couple different things, and here's one that it could be a terrible idea. Could be an awful, no good, no bad, sad. I would be ungood if I did, but what if we did brick? Brick paths could be really interesting. I feel like I haven't really seen brick paths done in an area like this. And I think we could decorate it up to be really quite nice. The problem is that bricks are very expensive. What do you mix with bricks, right? You mix terracotta, you mix granite. Those are some very difficult materials for us. Granite isn't for a long ways off. I can actually show a pre-cam here again. I believe somewhere over there is about our closest source of granite. So it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But if we did, it could look really unique and cool. Here, Dell's got a little bit of a stone path started. But again, for the same reasons, I really don't see myself doing that on a wider scale. I think I want to do brick. I think I want to take the path less traveled here and get us a really interesting and unique vibe for this place. And that is a great start. You can't go down this. You can't go down this. I actually thought, what if we add a line of trap doors right here that goes all the way down to the bottom? Or it could be on the other side, and so you would drop down next to the water. It's definitely an idea. It does close off, say, the yellow room down here just a wee bit, but we haven't done anything with it anyways, so I'm not certain that's a bad thing. Ooh, that's loud. Gotta turn that down in post. I also, at some point, actually do want to get a hot tub here. I have decided it's worth it. I do want to do that. Now, down here at the super smelter, there should still be... Yes, there are quite a few bricks. I will definitely need more than this. Just a stack is not going to make us an entire pathway. Plus, we don't have much of anything to mix into it, so there's just a lot of material gathering that's going to need to go into this. But the end result, once we get everything together, should be absolutely lovely. and set just a very interesting precedent up here. I mean, we've been doing a lot of pathways in this world, so I feel like eventually we've got to start doing something different, right? Let's go ahead and just get a short strip here and just set out the brick. I'm not going to mix anything in yet. We're just going to call it brick and see how we feel. Is this evoking positive feelings? Oh, hey, okay. There is actually some terracotta already here, so we can take the opportunity to just mix in a little bit. We've done 3, 5, so I can put 2 more blocks. Let's put them like this. Set all 7 of these in, and I actually do like that. I mean, terracotta is maybe a little too flat. I wouldn't do it this commonly, or if I did, I would have a gradient into it with, like, granite. So that's definitely future ideas, but this is interesting. Okay, I am definitely feeling the potential to have a lot of spruce trees and give this place almost like a parky vibe outside the areas that have buildings like these. And I should probably think as well where future buildings are going to place here. Now, I'm thinking, first off, I'm going to head home. We are going to need to go on a material gathering run. I accidentally hit F6, so we are extra dramatic right now while we are starting the railway. Hello there. You are getting way too close to my face. But we are home. And I have to remember the hotkey for that. There we go. It's F6, so it's sitting right next to F5. I accidentally hit it every now and then, but we can get our shulker boxes, which definitely won't be full of junk. Okay, just one. So I don't really know what I'll do with the rest of these. These would be like material. I guess I'll just leave the rest of these in material. And that saves all of our shulker boxes here. So we can go out and get 3 primary materials: terracotta, granite, and clay. Actually, oh, hold on. Oh, book and quill. I don't know how much I want to sell my crossbow for, as I might want might on mine. Did you add it on your crossbow, or do you still have this guy? Okay. I didn't mention it in the previous episode, but I did put Might 5 on my Holy Wrath, and he had it on sale in his shop, but did not have a listed price, so I gave him a whole Holy Wrath for that thing. Yes, it's on my crossbow. Absolute goober. I think a Holy Wrath was a great deal. Maybe add prices if you don't want people to give you really good deals. Howard, can you believe this guy? Okay. Needed someone to vent to. Let's hop in a portal on our way over to the mesa. Now, this is going to be a very boring trip, seeing as it is actually just a very long walk. Okay, I've just thought. I think in my shulker box, I do have ender pearls. Okay, that's a lot faster. Number 2. Okay, way faster trip. Home is all the way back there. Just like that, it's somehow the middle of the night. I don't know how that's happened. Oh, I don't bring a bed with me either. Okay, well, I guess we might just have to deal with that. Whoa, what is that? Okay, hold on. Little thing I haven't explored yet. You all can barely see right now. Trust me, I'm on the same boat. Hello there. You don't live here, do you, sir? Lily of the Valley? Cute flower. I'll take it with me. Bowl, mushroom. Oh, wait, bed. Man, look. It's nothing personal. Thank you. And now I still have you nearby. Alright, and now we can sleep on a wonderfully broken bed. Wow, what a good start to our adventure. Now, what is with this little ruined candles? That's a very unique item to find. These are actually half beds. How incredibly strange. How does that happen? Okay. Well, I guess we will leave this place to it. Oh, there is a little more. Was this... It feels like it was almost meant to be obscured under the ground, but years of ruin has dug it up. Anyways, there is tons of terracotta here that is completely undyed, which is absolutely perfect, seeing as we indeed completely undyed. They should make haste potions craftable. Like, seriously, why are haste potions not available in the base game? I feel like they would be so immensely useful and would actually get people to use brewing, right? Like, if nothing else, you'd want to brew haste potions. You know, I feel like it's been a long time since we've done the whole time-lapse of me breaking stuff out and talking over it thing. I mean, seriously, when was the last episode we did that? I feel like it was probably all the way back in week 1. I mean, can you believe that we're on day 30? I don't know how many of you have seen since the beginning, but like, 30 days. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. This has been a really interesting project on my end to work on. Just coming up with different things each day, and part of me kind of looks back and just thinks like, okay, how did I make it this far? I feel like I really tend to struggle with ideas, coming up with what to do for the next one, so it's almost amazing to me how I've actually made it this far and still have things I want to work on. The thing is, I feel like even now, I've barely scraped the potential of what we can do in this world. I mean, we haven't really worked on any large projects yet. Nothing that's been multi-episode, at least not in the building aspect of it. I guess my house was a multi-episode project, but even that was, what, 3 days, maybe? 4 if you count designing and creative, I think. I guess what I'm getting at is I feel like progress in this world has moved quite a lot faster than I would have thought. And it's wild because I've kind of been taking things really slow, I think. How much do you think we should get done in an episode? Because that has been a thought of mine. I do think when I have episodes where I work on very large projects, we generally don't have as much video. But then, say with the whole Nether exploration we had for 2 episodes, that we obviously made no progress on the world, but I had a great deal of fun with it, especially since I really got to spend a lot more of my time in the editing phase. And I do hope that shows with those videos, but I really did enjoy those. They're a different kind of video from what I would consider the normal of this series, but it's nice to be able to branch out every now and then. And I'm just kind of curious which kind of episodes are better. Ones where we're making very little progress, but the trip there you see a lot more of, or ones where we make loads of progress and it's mostly a time lapse of this big project I worked on. I am a little split between which of the two I do like more. I really am, and I think at least for the foreseeable future, we will still have a mix of both, but it's worth thinking on what we want to aim for in the future. Okay, I think we have enough terracotta for the moment. I might finish that out to 9 stacks, but after that, I think we're going to head on out of this biome, because I would like to find something granite or clay. I'm fine either way, preferably clay, I suppose, but having a good granite biome to come back to would be really great. Now, ooh, that's a very cool biome out there. I doubt it's what we need. I think this down here with the orange trees might be... Yeah, I think it's rich in clay. Now, wow, that is... Man, it is always just a gorgeous view. Yep, lots of clay down there. Lots of clay. Now, let's go ahead and mark this as our portal. I guess I should probably specify it is a jungle portal, and we will sleep and get down there. All right, we are in daytime now. Let's get down there real fast. Okay, this... Oh! I was just about to say it was taking a while. Okay. I'm going to need my fortune shovel. And now I guess we just go crazy and get not 9 stacks of this. We're going to need a lot more than 9, because each 4 of these make a brick block. I could honestly see myself making a new home at some point in a biome like the... Hi there, horsey. I could see myself living in a spot like this. I mean, this is just an incredible atmosphere, isn't it? Now, right there is our first shulker box of clay. Mind you, we have to smelt all of this, which will not be a very fast process. Alright, now we're getting close. Let's get the last 28 here in our hotbar. I did not mean to pick these up as full blocks. Let's swap out that. And 52... 64, there we go. I'm okay keeping some extra, yeah. Now, I will actually stick that in probably with the terracotta here. So we'll have 1 full shulker box dedicated to clay, and then in that terracotta chest, I'd like to get 9 stacks of granite as well. Now, the question is, what is a location that actually... Okay, I think that answers that question. Let's promptly turn right around and head over to that savanna. You know, I wonder sometimes if I don't include enough of the quiet moments. I do feel like that is a big part of what makes up Minecraft, is just all the moments you're quietly getting from point A to point B, and it is something of a shame to lose out on that. Now, I was actually planning to just dig straight down, and I thought it would be a very satisfying time-lapse for you all, but it seems that this granite does not run quite as deep as I would have hoped. Alright. I have successfully gathered 9 stacks of granite. I just want to get about 2 stacks more here, since I will probably mix some polished granite in there as well. Alright. Actually, these have such a cool texture. These are acacia leaves, are they not? They are. What an interesting look. Well, we are going to head back home, wherever the portal is, and I will get the clay all smelted up. Alright. With this pearl here, we should be on the treetops. Now, where is... I see it. Alright, portal home. Oh, I left my toolbox. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to, like, check the recording on where I left that. Well, this isn't... Crap. This isn't where I need to go. Alright, I can't imagine that this shulker box is very far away. Probably it is like just down there where we were gathering clay. Like I had to pull out my fortune shovel. Oh, yep, no, literally right across the... Ooh, what a cool lush cave. Okay, let's go straight back. Oh, crap, I could have pearled across to the portal. Somehow I forgot I had pearls until now. Looks like I'm gonna use the rest of this stack just getting up this mountain. Why did my portal have to be on the top of such a huge sheer cliff? Alright, now for real this time we go home. You see, now that is the edit I actually wanted to do. Does no matter, we are back home. Oh, bunch of experience sitting up here. Repair the shovel? Nope. No, you don't want to come to me? Alright, that's fine, I'll just... I'll keep that experience on the shelf. Alright. I did have to leave for a little bit. I got all of my wonderful cats fed. I do wonder if I should ever get some cats here in Minecraft. We have a bunch by the iron farm, but I haven't really considered getting any of them as pets yet. Now, let's get all of our clay smelted up. We will probably need to chop down some trees to get all the fuel for this. So I will go over there where Dell has gotten that jungle tree down, and we will plant and break up. Why? You see, I really need to work out how you go down this tower, and that's why I think the hot tub is the most logical choice. It works. It's smooth, it works. I need to do that at some point. Alright, so in here, we have just a little bit of clay lined up for smelting. We will get this turned on, and yeah, who knows how long this will take. I sure am not going to do the math, so let's just leave that to run in the background while... Well, I don't have any spare bricks left, do I? No, I still would back at home, but still, we can wait a couple seconds while that runs and think about where we actually want these paths to go. I wanted to run one connecting this, and it'll leave a little gap here in the middle. Now, I'm kind of thinking in terms of we're going to have bushes and stuff lining the sides, bushes, fences, various decoration, trees growing in the gaps between. So from here, I don't know if we want it to meet in the middle, kind of, and go out. I don't think so. I think I'm kind of cool having two parallel paths running. One path goes down here, connects over to this, and probably overrides those planks there. A path can run out this way, or maybe it could box in this whole thing. Oh, that would look lovely now, wouldn't it? Okay, that actually would. And now that I'm looking at it, I feel like we could cut this entire chunk off and nobody would ever... Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Right, I do think a big ol' fence around the quarry here is one of the first things we should work on. Now, I think I have a wonderful idea for how we're actually going to design this. I just need to prep the sides here a little bit. I'm thinking maybe gaps of 5. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, and then 5, and then 1, just like that. Well, this is gaps of 3, but the overall segment is 5. Okay, no, that's not quite going to work, but I guess I didn't consider the entrance, so we can try and consider that. It's that, or we could move one side in. That would be incredibly unsatisfying, wouldn't it? We could just have one wide section in the middle. So that does mean this fence would likely pull the whole thing up just a little. So it would be up to there, and the grass would need to at least come to meet this. And I think that is very reasonable for us to landscape out. Yeah. Hi there, chicken. Can I just say that Reimagined has the best chickens? I love these guys. Baby variant and adult. They both look absolutely stunning. By the way, for those who don't know, the texture pack I use is Reimagined. Really lovely texture pack, really is. Alright, I think something like that. We take this out just a little further to match. And we have generally marked what I think the fence will look like. Now there's just a few materials I'll need to gather. At some point, I would like to start a project that kind of spans that area out there. It's a really, really great area, and it's one that we already have such good views of. I just feel like it is primed for some large project, and there's 2 minecarts up here. But I also wanted to... At first I was thinking about tearing down the mob farm and moving it out there, right? But now I'm kind of getting to be at the mindset that I kind of want to build something over it. I have ideas that could be really cool, but they would also be quite a commitment. I would say maybe 3 or 4 days to finish a project that could surround the whole thing, but it could be really cool. It could actually be worth it. I like to think that there would be some point in like the distant future that me or even maybe someone else looks back on a video like this and goes like, he's talking about the thing that he built over there. Like they know what I do there in the future, and it's like, whoa, no way, he was thinking about it all the way back then. That's crazy. I forgot what did I need? I needed azaleas. Now I should have everything I need / everything I need to get everything I need. That sounds a little funny, but I do think we are ready to make this fence here. I think by the time we're done with this as well, it is very likely that all those bricks will have finished. Now, this is a cute fence design that I don't remember who to credit at all for this. Maybe I could find. I actually found it. Space Antiquity is who I saw this design from, and I absolutely love it, so I thought it would be a great addition here around this. Oh, wait. I finally get the chance to actually use this. Oh, I made this Silk Touch hoe so long ago, but I just hadn't needed leaves again for quite some time. Wait a sec. Oh, I'm stupid. I don't need leaves. I need saplings. Okay, let's use our flowering saplings for this, since I'm not going to be planting the flowering ones. And I don't believe it has any real effect on the distribution of the drops. I could be wrong on that. That would have to be a quick wiki search if I really cared to find out, which I honestly don't. But someone in the comments can. Should I just call that your homework for the day? Yeah, that's your homework for the day. Go figure out if flowering azaleas give different amounts of flowering azalea than planting a regular azalea. I really honestly don't believe so. So that is where I'm staking my claim. Ooh, wait. That's kind of a really big gap. I feel like we are probably going to need to raise this. Can we manage that? Yes, I think we can. Okay, now I will be chopping this spruce tree over here, but again, I do want to plant spruce trees around here. So I think even right now, I'll go ahead and start putting a couple spruce trees where they feel extra appropriate. So kind of dot these around back and forth a little bit, get at least one growing here in the middle. That's not quite middle enough for me. I feel like middle has to be right there. And I will even bone meal this one because I just feel like, I don't think I want it that short. Can I get a bigger one? There we go. Well, okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with it. Maybe we could do custom trees in the future. I'm not super confident on that. But especially with spruce, it could be worth doing custom. Oop, we gotta replace these out so that we can even put azaleas down. Interesting. It's not that interesting. I should cut that out of the video. You know, I don't even know why I leave notes like that for future me. I feel like future me future me should know what's up. I shouldn't have to tell future me when to cut, but I do that, and then I cut it out of the video, and you guys never see it, but it's kind of dumb behind the scenes there for you. Now, if we dot these in between... Oh, that's an even gap, isn't it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is an even gap. But maybe we can think of something here. Alright, here is my current thoughts, and I'm thinking here and here, so 2, 4, 8... we would do mud brick, which for mud brick, I'd need to get a glass bottle. Oh, hold on. No. We don't need a glass bottle because I have a very cool plugin here on the server. So we should be able to just go back down into the old house. And right here we have a cauldron. So let's just get all this dirt wet. And we got mud. There we go. Okay, way faster than right-clicking each block with a bottle. Although I will admit that mud farms are quite cool. They are designed to where it automatically dispenses water bottles into the mud, automatically refills them, and allows you to break and place dirt slash mud at the same time, I think they're very, very cool. But now we just need a quick stack of wheat, and now we can take this and craft ourselves packed mud. And at the stone cutter, also back in the, I guess I will start calling it the community center. That is what it is. We should have like a community center chest and stuff. I think it'll be lovely. But back in the community center here, we will use the stone cutter to get a little bit of mud brick wall, and I guess we'll leave the rest of this for later. Oh, wait, I think, yes, I remember correctly. Okay, and I said we needed 8 of these. Now, if we get a quick nap here, we should be able to shoot right back up to the top and just see how this blends in. I do know mud brick generally falls somewhere between spruce and oak, but I don't think that'll be too much of a problem here. Okay, no, it really isn't. Yeah, I think that looks lovely. That's great. If I wanted, I could also put them here. Nah, I don't think I will. I won't. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and I don't want to overdo it with details like those, I don't think. This is a rather fluid design, but I think that's okay. I do kind of want to get more out of my comfort zone with builds in this series, since I do obviously have a comfort zone. It looks a little bit like that. It looks a little bit like that. It looks a little bit like that. I think that building over there was actually a little outside my comfort zone, since I did use another design to work off of, essentially. And it is easily one of the most unique buildings in this entire world. I really love it. So I would love to do more like it in the future. But just doing very, like, handcrafted stuff like this, it's great to design stuff in creative. I do it a lot, obviously, but I do like to build some things in survival just without any real plan. No idea where I'm going with this, and figuring it out as we go. Okay. Wow, that is satisfying. I don't know why, but the chests going down kind of do it for me. I really like the look of that. Man, we gotta continue digging this down at some point. I do really love dugout chunks. Something about them just tickles the right part of the brain. And I can definitely see us needing more andesite down there in the future, especially since we haven't yet. Ah, man, Distant Horizons, come on. It's easy to forget sometimes that this render distance is not completely natural. In case you guys were wondering, Distant Horizons, that's how my render distance is this high. I don't have a NASA computer, okay? But at some point, we definitely need to get the rest of these pillars in, and I guess they'll even be a little bit all the way back in here, just to get all of this supported as the rail comes in. Stop at a station that we might build over on that side, or we might keep on this side. Don't know yet. What I do know is in the time we have spent getting this whole fence built around the missing chunk, I have almost certainly finished smelting all of our bricks. I don't know why I said that like I am personally doing it. It's the furnaces. I'm trying to take credit for their work. Wow, really? Is there anything left? Okay, there's nothing left in the hopper. Somehow these are already done, but yeah, no, these are like stacked up still. Interesting. The back half has trouble filling up, I guess. But that easily means we have enough bricks to get started here. I'm going to take and dump a bunch of stuff in our old chests here, and that will give us all the space we need to grab a ton of bricks. Okay, I don't need that. Oh, well, no, I actually do. I do need a ton of bricks, because we are going to take and craft these into brick blocks, and done. Now, in this shulker box, we can get a bunch of granite, bunch of terracotta, and now we are uber ready to work on the path. Oh, wait. I didn't even think about stairs. Do I have a stone cutter lying around? Probably not. Let's I should definitely get a stone cutter sooner or later, but we will definitely do staircases for these. Now, let's just dig out a little... wait. Do I want to start over here? Do I even want path at this spot? No, I think I do. I think I do. But let's start with what I'm most confident in. I want a pathway going in a square around this. And I think we have successfully dug all the way around. So now we need to actually take all of these materials we worked so very hard to get, and we're going to need to mix them all up in a nice, satisfying way. Alright, just to show you all a little bit of the thought process here, I am generally taking the terracotta, and where I said that I wanted to generally smooth out the transition, I'm just putting small patches of terracotta here along the way, and I'll get a little bit of granite mixed in. But the terracotta is always surrounded by some amount of granite. It has more granite contact than it does brick contact. So that should just fade the two in a little bit better than it might otherwise. Now here comes what I think is going to be the most satisfying part, where we take and fill in all of the remaining gaps with brick blocks. And I hope we have a nicely mixed up pattern. I don't know if I've gone a little too thick on the accents here. I think I might have. Yeah, I really think I might have gone too thick, especially on the granite. I think the granite is kind of pulling up the color a lot more than I would like it to. Now, that right there is one complete ring of brick pathway. The question is, I actually like this a lot more. Here you can see that the granite and terracotta isn't nearly as thick as I kind of made it over on the other side. So I think I do want to keep it... Well, the more I'm looking at it, the more I actually just like the whole thing. Yeah, you know what? In the short time that we were placing that in, I think my feelings towards this path have somehow greatly grown softer. That's not exactly the idea that I wanted to convey, but those are the words that I chose. I don't know. All in all, I think it looks pretty nice. And since we went out and gathered a lot of materials today, we definitely have the means to do a lot more of this around. I don't know. I think it's going to look pretty good, and there's a lot of potential for us to decorate around it. I mean, we're definitely going to need at least a couple episodes that are just dedicated to putting little things around the world, for sure. Because I think the wee little things are what's really going to make this world special. It really are, I do think. I think we are going to go right back up to the top of the tower. Did I start the episode on top of the tower? I think I did. Yes, I did. So we are going to end off where we started. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. It's been an interesting one. I'm quite excited to see what we can do with these silly little brick paths in the future, getting the commercial district up to a better standard, and I can plan out new buildings for the future as well. All sorts of projects that I would like to get to here into the rail. Man, so much we can do, but I think today's progress has been wonderful. If you all enjoyed the video, then where was I going with that? I don't ask you all to subscribe. You can do that if you feel like it. I just hope that you did enjoy the video, and if you didn't, then I will come personally slap you until you did. Well, no, that's strange. That's strange. I'm not going to slap you into enjoying the video. That won't happen, okay? Because you already enjoyed the video, and I thank you for that. There's something wrong with me. See you tomorrow. Bye.